I think the reason that people have such an actual issue with the concept of male baddies is because of how vulgar the inverse of it actually is when you really have to truly think about it. Any woman viewing this video right now has probably had somebody in their social group who they view as a baddie who has been through a lot of sexual trauma. They've dealt with rapey men that are very inconsistent, that are very rude to them. They violate their boundaries consistently, and they go to their friends now to then expose this information afterwards when those women didn't give them what they wanted completely. So when you say something like male baddies, you're inferring that the same is fundamentally possible for a man, which it is. But on both sides, you're going to have, okay, well, how were you dressed? That doesn't make it right. A lack of consent is still a lack of consent. No, including silence, is still no. But you'll also learn that a lot of women were also taught to not really respect the actual consent of men because they are taught to look at it fundamentally different than how they look at their own consent. Women are taught that their consent is fundamentally like, oh no, like in every single fundamental way, you have to ask me for consent because that is what should be happening. They're taught that the men are kind of already ready for it though, that they're the ones that are trying to initiate the entire thing, and that's what is the patriarchal standard that is enforcing these behaviors. So when you infer that a woman can have that same treatment back at a man, you're telling them to also look at the possibility of all the trauma they've experienced being now cyclical trauma. Not just something they experience, but something they're now putting onto other people. The wounds from that is a lot deeper than any pain they'll feel from actually hearing the word male baddies. It's the concept of looking at themselves from the lens of, oh, well, I was justifying my own behavior for the fact of I must be a baddie if all these people violated my opinions. So now when they have to look at anybody they could have done that to, that is very wronging in their mind.